member of the Cape Fear Public Utility Authority Board, now being censured after making controversial comments to a state lawmaker last month. Just listen.
You're a horrible monster of a person and a terrible delegate. Does nothing but represent rich people and gross Republicans. I hope you rot in hell and you suck.
Leslie Hudson left that berating voicemail to State Representative Ted Davis following his vote on Senate Bill 382 back in December. That voicemail outraged several members of Wilmington City Council. Hudson, who is the city's appointee to the Cape Fear Public Utility Authority Board, was censured by fellow board members during Tuesday's meeting of the CFPUA. The censure is basically a formal reprimand. Hudson will not lose her seat on the CFPUA board. She had previously apologized for the voicemail.